Hey guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you're all doing fantastic today. I know that I am. It's a very nice sunny day here today. And we're actually trying out something new today where we're streaming to a bunch of different platforms all at once. So you guys should be seeing us live from all sorts of different sources, from YouTube to Facebook to LinkedIn to a bunch of different stuff. So hopefully this is working well. Let me show you guys, if you are not following us on YouTube, that's kind of our primary source. Make sure you follow us on YouTube. We have lots of free content up there. So if you search for Lumi Wealth, you should be able to find us there. So there's Lumi Wealth, our channel. You can click on that and you should see us live right now. There we are. Beautiful. Okay. I'm going to actually move this off to the side so I can see if you guys are sending any comments or anything like that. So if you guys send any comments through YouTube, I'll be able to answer you guys and answer any questions that you guys have. All right. And yeah, fantastic. All right. Hope you guys are doing great. I know I'm very excited to show you guys some new features. We've been working very, very hard to get all this stuff working well for you guys. We have some pretty awesome new stuff that's going on. So I think you guys are going to love a lot of the things that are happening with Lumi Wealth. All right, so I'm just making sure that everything is going well here. We're streaming. All right. Okay, and then I lost the other window. Let me bring this back up again here. There we go. All right. Cool. So today we're going to be showing you some really cool stuff with AI and trading. So be prepared to see some really, really cool things. But before we jump into that, let me tell you a little bit about myself and kind of where this is all coming from. So first of all, my name is Robert Grezik. I have been programming for well over 25 years. It's been quite a while now, although now I could say what we do is a little bit different from programming. When it comes to AI, things have changed quite dramatically. So I've seen everything go from, basic C++, all that kind of stuff, all the way to like the advanced stuff that we have today. I have a master's of finance degree. I've sold multiple tech companies throughout my lifetime. First one being around 20 years old. I've worked on Wall Street for a number of years as well, doing mortgage finance and crypto companies, things like that. I created a company called Voyager. For those of you who have never heard of Voyager, it was kind of something very similar to what Coinbase is today, right? So basically, very much like a Coinbase type application. This is something that we created back in the day. We started off in basically just a WeWork with a dream, and we were able to take that company all the way to being worth about $1 billion at one point in time on the stock market before it blew up during the FTX crisis. So that's pretty cool seeing a company go from zero all the way to $1 billion, helping actually do that. That was quite good on my pocketbook as well. I'm not gonna lie. And then after that, I'm the CEO of Lumi Wealth, and our job is to basically create some really cool financial technology for you guys using AI and other things as well. All right. So let me tell you about kind of where this company started and where this all came from. So this all kind of started back in 2008, right? So back in 2008. Basically a stock market crash. I was investing quite a bit. Back in the day, I had maybe about $30,000 saved up. To me at the time, that was a lot of money. And basically 2008 came around and wiped out my entire account, right? Which definitely did not feel good, but gave me some very, very valuable life lessons, right? So I'll tell you some things I basically learned from this 2008 crisis and what really changed my investments over the next, was that 15 years? And actually helped perform, actually more than 15 years now, helped really perform quite well. It was expensive lesson to learn, but a very, very valuable lesson. So I could tell you back then, the investing was a lot around, there's a lot of more emotion involved and all that kind of stuff. Um, when I was investing back then, it was really just okay, this is a good company, there's a good PE ratio, something like that, right? But something that I learned after 2008, after attending grad school, my master's of finance, is really Can you guys hear me now? Yeah, I must have pressed mute by accident. I hope you guys can hear me now. That's kind of an annoying feature about this. I got a new microphone that I'm still trying to get a handle of, and there's this little thing here that when you tap it, it mutes. So let me know if you guys can hear me now. All right. And hopefully you guys heard a bunch of other stuff that we talked about. So what I was mentioning, just to go over it again, just in case you guys didn't hear it, this is our agenda. I'm going to show you guys a live demo of how to take a prompt, like a ChatGPT prompt, and turn that into an actual trading bot. We're going to back test it. We're going to show you basically the results of the back test. We're going to do one-click deployment. We're going to show you how to actually run this thing. And then at the end, we're going to do a Q&A, and we're going to tell you about our bootcamp if you guys are interested in that as well. All right. Okay, so here's our live demo. This is basically what the live demo is going to be covering. We're going to be doing basically vibe coding for a trading bot. So vibe coding, if you guys haven't heard of it, it's a really cool new thing. There's a bunch of websites where you do some pretty cool stuff with vibe coding. We're going to be vibe coding a trading bot. So it's actually going to be trading money for us. It's actually going to be moving money around, right? So basically what's going to happen is we're going to describe the strategy in plain English. Then the AI is going to write Python code in a few seconds. It's quite fast how it does this. Back in the day, this literally used to take us months to do, and now we can have this AI do it for us literally in seconds. Then it's going to write and then we're going to run a quick back test to see how those results happened. You know, what was the result of this? And then we're going to deploy this bot, and we're going to show you how it works. All right. Okay. So here's a little prompt cheat sheet. I shared this with you guys in the YouTube chat. I shared this with you guys. I'm going to share it with you here in Zoom for those of you guys who are on Zoom. I know we're streaming live on a bunch of other platforms as well. I don't have that set up currently. So if you guys are on other platforms, maybe check us out on YouTube if you guys want to get access to chat and send any messages back and forth. If you have any questions, by the way, please feel free to write your questions or anything throughout this process. It's much more interesting when this is interactive and live. All right. So here's some examples of prompts that we can do, right? So first of all, let's say if you want to trade stocks, right? So one example of something you might do to create a trading bot for stocks is you might say something like this. You might say, make a bot that trades TQQQ, which is an ETF. It's a stock symbol based on a 200-day moving average filter. Buy TQQQ when the price is above the 200-day moving average and sell when it's below. Okay, so notice it's all just plain English describing basically what I want to do, and that's it. Okay. Let's say you want to make an options bot. If you want to make an options trading bot, you can say make a bot that buys at the money call options on SPY expiring 1 month or more out and selling a week before expiry. Use 7% of the account value each time and buy more options when you don't own any. Right? So again, really simple. You can just describe your strategy. It's going to go off. It's going to produce this code for you, and it's actually going to allow you to trade. Right? So that's for stocks. That's for options. We can also do futures trading. We could also do crypto trading. I don't have those up here right now, but we just don't have space to put that many different things. We have a lot of different examples we can show you, but that's how we're going to do it for stocks or for options. But essentially, it's the same thing. You could say, make a bot that trades Bitcoin and does XYZ, or you could say make a bot that trades MNQ and uses whatever technical indicator, and you could have all that be built automatically for you using Python. It's very, very cool. Right. And here's another example, something else you could do. You could also trade, for example, using the news. You could say something like this. You could say, make a strategy that buys all the companies that beat earnings yesterday. Sell everything at the end of the day, 3:55 p.m., and buy any companies that beat on earnings the day before. Use the entire account value and split it between all the companies equally. Buy them as soon as you can and hold them until 3:55 p.m. Right? So if you want to trade earnings, if you want to trade economic data, let's say you want to trade based on what Jerome Powell's saying, all that stuff is all possible, and you can do that just simply typing it out in English, right? Okay, so let's show you what that actually looks like, right? So here is basically going to BotSpot. So if you haven't done so yet, check out botspot.trade. Here's the link. I'm going to put the link inside of the chats here. Okay. So go to botspot.trade, and when you come to this website, you will see a big button that says Create AI Strategy. All right. If you're not signed up yet, this will also pop up and get you to sign up, fill in your your name, phone number, and that credit card information. If you want to start the free trial, we do have a free trial that you guys can try out. So if you want to just try it, see what it's like, you're more than welcome to do that. All right, but once you log in and everything, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see something like this, where basically you have an AI. We have a bunch of different examples here on the left-hand side. I have here the different strategies I've made previously. I've made 173 on this website. But I'm going to direct your attention down to here, right? So this is basically like a chat GPT box, right? So what we can do is we could actually take whatever description I can, basically say, make a trading strategy that trades, Palantir options, right? That's something that I've been really thinking a lot about lately. Trading Palantir options, we could get it. I could go on and describe, trade Palantir options, buy them every Friday at the money, and then hold them for a week. I could describe in intricate detail how all that would work, right? But let's do something a little bit simpler for now, though. I'm just going to take this first prompt I gave you guys as an example. So I'm going to copy that over, and then I'm going to bring that into this AI here. Right, there we go. And I'm going to hit generate strategy. Okay, and you guys will see what happens here. We give it a couple seconds. Usually it takes anywhere from 60 to 120 seconds. We're going to give it a little bit of time. And basically, what it's doing on the back end is it's talking to our custom AI. We created an AI specifically for creating trading strategies. I don't know if you guys have tried doing this yet. If you go to ChatGPT, tell it to make you a trading bot, tell it to trade options or whatever, it's pretty much going to have quite a hard time doing that, right? But we've created an AI that makes it very, very easy for you guys to do that. You simply type it in, and it'll get you a nice result here. Okay. Cool. So there you go. So there's my trading strategy. I created it. TQQQ moving average 200. Perfect. We see Python code here. If you guys are software developers, you can actually take a look at this code, see what's going on here. Even if you're not a software developer, there's a lot of comments throughout. So if you want to understand what's happening, we have made the AI do that to make it as easy as possible to follow. It's obviously still code, but if you guys want to actually do a quick read through, you can kind of understand what's going on there, right? So we try to make it super easy. We also give you a diagram, which is still loading up here, right? Where the diagram can actually show you what is happening here. So here's a little flow chart. You can go through here and you can see basically, okay, this is how it works. We get the 200-day moving average. Do we have enough data? If yes, if the price is above the 200-day moving average, if yes, then place a buy order for TQQQ. If no, place a sell order for TQQQ, right? So very simple. That's all we're doing here. Okay, and you can basically see this flow chart. If you don't want to read the code, you could actually get a flow chart to show you exactly what this stuff is doing. Okay, so now that we have that, if you guys are developers, again, you could take this code and do whatever the heck you want to do with it. It's your code, you can give it to other people, you could run it yourself, you could run it on your own servers if that's what you want to do. Or what you could do is you can come down here and we have the back test and the deploy buttons. So let's go through them one at a time. So let's start off with back testing. Okay, so I'm going to hit back test. And what we're going to do is we're going to back test this going back a couple of years. Okay, so I'm going to go back to 2012 because TQQQ, I believe, came out in 2011, something like that. So I want to be about as far back as we possibly can go while it still exists. So I'm going to go to January 1st, 2012. We're going to end it basically a couple days ago, right, on August 8th. You see here, once we select those dates, it even tells us what periods does this cover. It covers the 2015 China crisis, the 2018 correction, the COVID-19 crash, the 2022 bear market. So we see that we're covering all this stuff. So it's really good. The further back we go, the better, because we want to see what would have happened through all these negative periods. Okay, so we selected that and we're going to hit run backtest. Perfect. Okay, so this backtest is running. We're going to give that a little bit of time. Usually it takes a couple minutes. So while that is running, what I'm going to do is I'm going to check up on your messages here. I see Unreal is so cool, simple as that. Wow, awesome. Thanks, Tim. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Feel free to check it out yourself. Go to the website, type in what you're looking to do, or you could take the examples I gave you, type in those prompts, so you can see how this works. Yes, absolutely. We're actually working on a brand new version of our AI as well. And I got a little error here, status code 202. We just added in a brand new upgrade, so maybe one of our developers did something weird. So I'm just going to take a look at what is going on here. Add line method. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you one that we did recently. Okay, so there we go. Here's that strategy. We're going to hit back test. I'm going to do the same thing with the same dates, right? So back to 2012, January 1st, we're going to hit run back test and we'll see that go. Okay, and you'll see basically this back test is running. All right. And in the meantime, like I said, we're going to check the chat. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put that in. I am watching all of these chats that are coming from YouTube. This is live. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to type them in and we can talk about it on air. But basically, this is what we're doing here, right? We're able to back test this very quickly. We're able to run here. In this case, we're actually doing a more than 1 year. We're doing something like a 13, 14-year back test. Yeah, we're doing a 13-year historical test. We're going to get, once this is done, we're going to get our compound annual growth rate. We're going to get our max drawdown. We're going to get our Sharpe ratio. And then we're going to get a trading view chart along with CSV files and a bunch of other things so we can analyze exactly what is going on here. All right. Okay, so switching back, here's our back test. Just finished up. You see here it took about a minute or two to finish. Okay. And you see that we got all of these results back. So this strategy that we created, trading TQQQ, this is the result of that strategy. So again, all we did was we took that prompt that said, create this TQQQ trading bot and all that kind of stuff. And we basically were able to just create that, right? And what we got back here is we got an annual return of 39%. I'd say that's pretty damn nice, right? Our biggest drawdown was 47%, Sharpe ratio of 0.88, Sortino of 1.21, and a total return over the whole time period of 8,659%. I'd say that's a pretty damn nice result, right? Especially for just simply stock trading, right? I've seen futures and options algorithms get a lot crazier than that, but as far as just trading stocks, I'd say that's a pretty damn good result, right? So here is our tear sheet. When we pull this up, we get a bunch of different things that come with this. So here's our tear sheet that basically describes what happened, right? So you can see here in blue is our strategy that we put in, and then in yellow is S&P 500. You see this thing just absolutely dominates S&P 500, not even close. And even when you do volatility match, this is basically comparing them based on risk. You can see even based off of risk, it's significantly better, right? So this is the actual return here versus the S&P. This is volatility match. We could see that in both cases, it's a huge winner. Our annual return here, 39%, total return of 8,000%, 8,659% over this whole time period. And you can actually compare this. We get a lot of stats here when you run this, right? So here you can compare the SPY to the actual strategy. So here SPY was doing about 530% over this whole time period since 2012. Whereas our strategy did 8,000%, 8,659. That is quite good. Imagine you put your money into that, getting 86 times your money back after 13 years. That's quite good. If you put in, let's say if you were investing in the strategy and you put in, something like 100 grand, or let's say you put in 10 grand even, you get back 86 times your money. That means you'd be worth almost $1 million just putting in 10 grand into a strategy and waiting a little bit. It's fantastic. All right. So very nice results here. This is actually one of my favorite strategies when it comes to just simple stock trading. But you could get a lot of details around all this if you want to get the rolling Sharpe ratio, Sortino. You can see the drawdown periods. You can see when it was underwater. You could see every single month what the returns were. So you see here, this is probably one of the worst months in 2020, right? Which makes sense as when the crash happened, right? And then you could see one of the best months was 33%. So you could really break down all the details of exactly how this works, the distribution here. If you guys are stats nerds, you could see all the different things going on here and really get into a lot of details. All right, so that's our tear sheet. You also get a bunch of other stuff. You get the stats CSV file, you get the trades HTML, you get all the trade CSV. You get a lot of details around this. Or we could do is you can click this big view details button. And what that's going to do is it's going to load up a trading view chart. So for those of you that like using trading view, that is available and you can actually see how this strategy did in a trading view chart. So we can see here, this is when it bought, this is when it sold. So here's a time where it sold, right? And it sold basically something like $3 million worth. It actually built up quite a bit of cash. You could watch it over the years exactly what it was doing. It started off with a humble trade here. It was a $100,000 account, so it started off with 100 grand, and it made a trade there. Basically bought TQQQ, then it sold, and then it bought, and you could basically follow it along throughout this entire process. You could also on this chart see what your cash position looked like. You could see also your indicators. So here's our SMA, our simple moving average indicator. So for example, here, if I'm looking at the price of TQQQ versus the indicator, you can see that's why it sold right here, right? Because this price fell below this indicator, right? You could actually look at it here. So this is where it fell to like 52. And then around here, you can see this one's around 66. So when it fell below, that's when it actually sold. And then it bought back in when we moved back above, somewhere around here, right? So you can really break this down. You can see a lot of details on what happened with your strategy, all these buys, all these sells, everything going on right here, okay? So really intricate details. So all of this, again, came just from a simple prompt. All I said was make me a trading strategy that trades TQQQ based on the 200-day moving average. And it was able to create this for me. So very, very powerful AI combined with a lot of tools here to allow you to see what's going on. All right. And let me read some of your chats here. So Tim asks, do the bots work with Tradier API or do I need a specific broker? It actually does work with Tradier. Yeah, specifically Tradier is one of the brokers that we do work with. And I'll show you how that works in just a second to launch that. But we work with a bunch of brokers. We work with Alpaca, Tradier, Schwab is a new one that we added in. We work with a bunch of crypto brokers like Coinbase, Kraken, KuCoin, Binance, all the main ones. We also work with Tradeovate. If you guys trade futures, we also work with a bunch of prop trading firms for futures as well. So if you want to use Top Step or Top One, we work with all of those. So we have quite a few brokers that you can trade with. Thank you for the question, Tim. That's a great question. All right, cool. So that's our back test. So let me show you how this works when we actually run it in real life. So we're going to also deploy this in one click. It's quite easy. We're going to connect Alpaca. I'm going to show you how we actually trade this on an Alpaca broker. And then we're going to hit deploy and we'll see this thing actually trade for us. Okay. So actually, well, the market's closed, so it's not going to actually trade, but you'll be able to see this thing actually get hooked up. And as soon as it turns tomorrow, we'll see it actually trading tomorrow. All right. Maybe next time we do this, we'll do a crypto algo so you guys can actually see it trading. But let me click here. We'll hit deploy strategy. All right. There's the strategy. Okay, and basically all you got to do here is set up your broker. So you have 3 steps. Number 1, choose your broker. In this case, I'm going to use Alpaca, but as you can see here, Tim, in the in the list, you can actually see Tradier, so you could choose that as well, right? So I'm going to choose Alpaca. Next thing you do is you connect your broker. I already have mine connected, so I'm going to disconnect it, and I'm going to show you guys how to connect this. I'm going to click on, for example, if I were to choose Alpaca, I'm going to click on Connect Alpaca. It's going to open up the Alpaca login sequence here. So I'm going to go ahead and log in. It wants my 2-factor authentication code. So I'm going to get that. All right, there we go. Botspot. There we go. Boom. We'll type in that code. Okay, so I've logged in here. Perfect. Once I've logged in with Alpaca, which is one of my favorite brokers, they have really good trading fees and all that. I'm going to pick one of these test accounts here in paper trading. I'm going to hit allow, and that's it. We have our broker linked up, and we're all good to go. All right, so there we go. And then now all I need to do to launch this bot is I'm going to hit deploy bot. Boom. And we see some nice confetti, and we'll see that this bot is getting started. So we'll give that a couple of seconds to get up and running. And in the meantime, I see you guys have some questions here. So Tim, you're asking, what's the minimum account size you recommend? It really depends on your trading strategy, right? So if you're trading, options or something like that, I mean, think about it like if you're actually running a regular trading strategy, right? Like if you're trading stocks, how much money would you need? If you're trading options, how much money would you need? It really depends on the strategy itself, not on the platform. So if you have a strategy that could work with 50 bucks, you could do that, right? If you're trading a strategy that's more complicated, right? Like some sort of option strategy that needs to buy a lot of different legs, then you might need a bigger account to do that. But there is no account limits that we impose. It's simply, whatever you want to trade, whatever amount of money you have, as long as it makes sense with that strategy, then you can use that. All right. Okay. So let me click here, view live performance. We'll see this thing should be up and running now. There we go. So we have our bot up and running. We see that we have $109,000 in the account. We have $531 in cash. Our return is still 0% because we literally just launched it. And there we go. We have a bot ready to go. As soon as the market opens up tomorrow, we will see this thing live trading for us, and we can actually see this thing doing its thing, right? I think next week when we do this, what we're going to do is we're going to trade a crypto strategy live, so you can actually watch this trade as we go. We're going to start doing that, some live trading next week when we do this. All right, so there we go. We have a strategy up and running, so it's that easy, right? So again, to recap, all we did to make this strategy get up and running, we were able to just take a simple, plain English prompt. I was able to tell the AI, build this. It created it for me. Then I was able to back test it. I saw that I got some really nice returns here from this particular strategy. I actually really like this strategy, trading TQQQ, right? Got some really nice historical returns, 39% a year. That's pretty damn good. Smokes the stock market. And then basically I was able to take that and say, okay, you know what? I like this back test. This makes sense to me. And I was able to deploy it and get that bot up and running all very easily within just a few minutes. Super simple. Starting off from a very simple AI prompt. I just said, this is what I want my bot to do. And that's it. All right. Very cool. All right, so I show you guys back tests, I show you guys deployments, right? Before we move on to the next phase, any questions around any of that, guys? If you want to give it a shot, you have the URL on the screen, botspot.trade. You guys can actually go in there, try it out yourselves. There is a free trial, so if you guys want to try this out, you guys can do that. Try out whatever strategy you guys have, type it into the AI, and let it rip. Let's see what you guys got. All right, we're actually going to be doing a trading competition in a couple of weeks where we're going to see who has the best trading strategy. And we're going to have a nice little competition around that soon. So if you guys go into a platform, figure out some sort of really good strategies, you might not only make your own money, but we could potentially give you part of our prize pool when that happens as well. All right. Very cool. All right. So let's say you guys are welcome to use the platform. It's $100 a month to use it. In the long run, there's a 7-day free trial, so you guys can use that platform all you want. But let's say you guys want some extra help. We do also offer a pro plan for those of you that are very serious, that want some extra help and kind of just say, you know what, do it for me, right? Or allow us to basically go through a boot camp and show you guys all the details of all this stuff. So if you guys are interested, we do also have a pro plan. And our pro plan basically has a couple of features. It has our AI Bootcamp, which is going to be starting on the 21st of August. It's going to be 5 weeks with myself actually teaching this class, teaching you basically how to create trading strategies using AI. So let me walk you through basically what that looks like. And when I log out here, I'll show you guys what our Bootcamp is all about. Here's our AI Bootcamp. I'll share this with you guys in the chat as well, if you guys want to follow along. There we go. Okay, so our AI Bootcamp is starting in about 2 weeks, if you guys want to join it. It's a 5-week long program, and basically, if you go to this website here that I shared with you, there's a bunch of stuff that you could read about, but I'm going to direct you towards the bottom of the page where we show the curriculum, okay? So here, this is what we're going to be doing week by week. So in week 1, what we're going to be covering is we're going to show you how to do vibe coding, the fundamentals. Now, for those of you that don't know what vibe coding is and you work a job that is either remote or you use a computer a lot, you are going to absolutely love vibe coding. It is one of the greatest things I've ever seen invented in my entire life. So basically what vibe coding is, and we kind of talked about this at the beginning, is you can talk to a computer and get it to write code for you. You're not going to be doing some crazy nuclear launch type stuff. It's not powerful enough yet to create these super crazy programs, but it could definitely create some very, very cool websites and very, very cool apps that I'm sure you guys will find extremely useful. So when we go through this, we're going to show you basically how to set things up. We're going to show you about the different tools. Cursor is one really good tool. Claude Code, VS Code. There's a bunch of different really good tools that can do this. We'll show you how to install those and set those up. And then what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to do prompt-driven Python. We're going to write Python code without actually writing any code. We're just going to talk to it, and it's going to write all that code for us. And what we're going to end up doing is we're going to have a mini website that you guys are going to create that's going to be a stock screener, and you guys will be able to basically do screening through your little website. You'll be able to analyze stocks, you'll be able to do all that kind of stuff, and you'll be able to code this thing out without actually writing any Python code, simply using these tools that enable you to do vibe coding and create these things very, very easily. Right, so that's going to be week 1. We'll show you how to do that, and you're going to have homework that's basically going to allow you to create your own website. So this is very hands-on. You're going to learn how to do all this stuff hands-on. In week 2, you're going to learn about how to do a trading bot, the foundations behind it. We'll teach you about back testing. We'll show you how to deploy things, get all that stuff up and running for you guys. And your homework assignment will be to create a stock trading bot and actually back test it and create your own thing. In week 3, we're going to cover technical analysis. So we're going to talk about all the different types of technical analysis, MACD, RSI, Fibonacci, all these things that you guys have probably heard of. We'll show you how to do those using prompts and actually create those things. We'll show you how to integrate with all these different brokers, Alpaca, Tradier, all the different things like that. We'll show you how to deal with errors if you come up with them. This is AI after all, so you'll tell it to do something. Sometimes it doesn't work the first time around, so we'll teach you how to deal with that and how to fix that and make that work. And then by the end of it, you're going to have a homework assignment where you're going to build your own technical analysis bot, and you're going to actually back test that and run that yourself, right? In week 4, we're going to cover how to trade crypto and how to do news-based trading. So we're going to build a news-based trading bot where you're going to be able to trade based off of headlines. So, things like, did Jay Powell lower interest rates today, right? Did we get really good earnings for a specific company you're covering? Did any new developments come out for, for example, if you're following Tesla, did they do anything crazy today or not? You could trade based off of that. Anything really that you could think of that happens in the news, we will show you how to create a trading bot from that and automatically trade based on that information live. And then we'll also show you how to connect to all these different crypto brokers, Coinbase, Kraken, KuCoin. We're going to create a crypto strategy together. We'll show you exactly how that works, and you'll go off and have homework to create your own crypto strategy, and you'll have that for yourself as well. Then in week 5, we're going to cover options and futures. So options can be its own beast. There's a lot of details to it. How do you do all these different strategies like covered calls or bull spreads or other advanced multi-leg setups? We'll show you how to do all that kind of stuff. We're going to cover how to do futures. How do you trade futures, like the ES, MQ, that sort of thing. And teach you how to do futures trading as well, how to hook up the brokers. And then that'll be your final homework assignment, is to create this strategy for an options or futures bot. All right, so that is our AI Bootcamp that starts in just a couple days. Is it going to be next? Actually, next week we're starting. Holy crap, we're already starting this next week on Thursday. Is going to be our first AI Bootcamp. All right, so if you guys want to join, make sure you sign up because this is happening very soon. All right, so that's one thing you guys, part of our pro plan, is that AI Bootcamp. You're going to be able to join live. You're going to get the recordings of that as well. You're also going to get access to a prompt library that shows you all the different prompts that we have and a bunch of different examples. We're going to give you 50 pre-built trading algorithms, some of these that we've spent the past 5 years developing. So some really, really cool stuff in there that's produced quite a bit of money for a lot of people. We're going to give you access to our Tuesday live algo hour. So that's basically the things that we have every Tuesday at 7 p.m. You guys join that. And if you want to have any kind of strategies built, we do a voting every week, and you're able to actually join and have strategies built for you during this Tuesday session. It's live every single week on Tuesday. You're also going to get access to a private Discord community, and you're going to get 2 one-on-one calls per month. If you need help with anything, you'll be able to get that with the Pro Plan as well. All right. So let's talk about what do you really get from this Pro Plan? What is this really worth? Well, let's say if you want to go off and get this stuff somewhere else, right? For something like an AI boot camp, if you went to a school, like a Virginia Tech or some other university or college somewhere else, you're easily going to be spending something like $5,000 on an AI bootcamp to teach you how to do vibe coding, to show you how to actually write Python code using word prompts. That's something you're going to pay pretty good money for somewhere else, at least 5 grand, probably more. If you want to get a prompt library with all these different strategies, you're probably going to pay some like $200. If you want to have these 50 pre-built algorithms, these things are killer, guys. We spent 5 years building all these different algorithms. I would show you them. There's a whole bunch, actually. This is basically what you'll have access to. You're going to get access to all these different strategies here. You can see basically scrolling through, there's tons of them. You know, there are put credit spread bot. We have our bull spread strategy. We have all these different things in here. You're going to get access to all of these pre-made strategies that you could run yourself. And it's basically like a button to simply run it, and you can get those off to the races. So you're going to get access to those 50 pre-built algorithms. You're also going to get access to our Tuesday live algo hour. So if you were to do, if you want to get something like a Tuesday live algo hour, basically what it is, it's like a coder that's working for you every single week. So if you want to hire a coder to do this for you, you're going to be spending, you know, at least $100 an hour or something like that for this. So if you do the math, you know, 4 hours a week times 52 weeks a year, you're gonna spend at least $9,000 on something like that to get a coder to write all this stuff for you. You're also going to get access to our private Discord community. Typically, a Discord community like this is probably something like $90 a month. If you want to get access to a trading Discord community and access to all this stuff, we're going to give that to you with this as well. And then if you want to get these 30-minute live one-on-one consults, you'd probably go off. You'd probably be something like $300 a month for that as well. So if you were to get all the different parts of this pro plan anywhere else, you're probably going to be paying something like $18,000 for this thing, right? But we're going to give it to you for a heck of a lot cheaper than that. You're not going to be paying $18,000. You're going to be paying a heck of a lot less if you want to sign up to our pro plan. We'll give you that price in a second. But before we do that, let me show you a little bit about our reviews. We do have a lot of very happy customers that have gone through our program. Here's a couple, what a few people have said. You can check us out on Trustpilot. If you go to trustpilot.com and then look at lumiwealth.com, that is our website. That's our parent company, is lumiwealth.com. You'll see that we've had a lot of really, really happy customers. Here's Maurizio. He's actually an investor in our company now as well, after being a customer. He wrote, such a good program. I'd recommend to anyone wanting to create a trading bot. He wrote that in March of 2025. Ali said, the pro plan is great value. I could fork any algorithm and make it my own. Right? And he wrote that in May of 24. Worth said, it's impressive watching Robert turn an idea into an algorithm in no time. And thank you, Worth, for that nice comment. He wrote that in February of 2024. He's actually been with us for quite some time. He's very active in our Discord servers and all that. Right. And then if you were to sign up as well, you get a 30-day money back guarantee. So know that if you sign up, if for whatever reason you don't like this stuff, we very easy to refund. There's no problems, no questions asked. If you don't like it, we'll give you a 30-day money back guarantee. We're not even going to ask you why. You just go ahead and refund your money as well if you want that. So you don't have any risks at all going through this, in case you're wondering. Right? Okay, so question is, how much does this cost, right? So we talked about this. An AI bootcamp, like a live bootcamp, would usually be something like $5,000. Prompt library would probably be about $200. 50 pre-made algorithms would be something like $2,500. These Tuesday live algo hours are worth quite a bit. It's like having a developer that can build anything for you every week. You'd probably pay something like $9,000 a year for that. Private Discord community would probably run you like $1,000 a year. And these one-on-one consults would be something like $300 a month. So in total, again, something like an $18,000 value. And if you guys sign up today, you're going to get all of that for only $2,999 or 3 monthly payments of $999. Right? And you guys can go sign up to that. If you go to botspot.trade, click on education, click on the AI bootcamp, and you'll see that available here. And you guys can go down here, nice little button. You can click join the bootcamp. If you guys want to join, make sure that you join today. because next week is when this bootcamp actually starts. So if you guys want to join us on our bootcamp, that is starting next Thursday. So make sure you sign up before that so you guys can actually join the class. All right, cool. Awesome. So that's basically everything for today. Do you guys have any questions around anything that I covered? All right, anything that we covered in BotSpot and how to create your own trading strategies using AI, anything about our AI bootcamp? If you guys have any questions, you could type into the chat in YouTube or type into the chat in Zoom, and I can answer any questions that you guys have. So I'll give you a little bit of time to type that out. And hopefully my sound came out a lot better today. I got myself this nice new microphone. It's with this very cool arm. So I think that the sound is coming by a lot better now. So one of these fancy setups. It's funny. I watch podcasts now and I see what equipment are they using, what microphone are they using, what arm. I feel like most of the podcasters are actually using the same setup. So I feel like I made a pretty good choice. Cool. Okay, so we got a question here from Tim. It says, "Nice, Mike. Thank you. Appreciate it." And then, so the question is, how do bots handle zero TTE spy options specifically? We can do that if you want. We've actually built a bunch of strategies like that. So you basically go, let me log in here. Let's say if you want to build a spy trading bot. I'll continue, log in. All I would do is I'd go create an AI strategy and then I'd type in here, make a trading bot that trades zero DTE spy options, right? And then you could specify what do you want it to do, right? Do you want it to trade calls? Do you want it to trade puts? How do you want it to trade? Do you want to trade based off of some sort of technical indicators? Do you want to trade based on the news? Do you want to actually watch the news for you? You could actually even make it watch Twitter for you if you want. You know, if some kind of activity happens there, right? So really, the world is your oyster, right? Just type in whatever the heck you're looking for. You know, do you want to have something that trades based off of technicals? You know, whatever it is, you could type it in. I'll say um, buy calls at the money. Um, you know, if the 10-minute EMA is, you know, above the 30-minute EMA, you know, just as an example, you could type something like that in, type it in, hit generate strategy, and then it'll go off and build this for you. Wait for it to come back. You'll get the Python code. You'll be able to back test it and all that kind of stuff. Right? Cool. No problem. All right. And then Tim, if you need any help with that, we also have, if you do sign up, for any of you guys that sign up, we do also have a call they could book if you need any help. Right? So you could always feel free to book a call here. You can get on in a call with one of our staff that could basically walk you through how does all this work, and we could get you make sure you get all set up as well. All right. Cool. Any other questions, guys? For those of you that are on YouTube, feel free to type into the chat. I am watching the chat if you guys have any questions as well. Very cool. All right. Okay, well, it's been a pleasure. If you guys do have any questions, you can always go to our website. As I was showing you there, you can go to help and you can always book a call if you have any questions about anything. If you want to learn more about the website, you need help using it, anything like that. Or if you guys want to sign up to the AI Bootcamp or a Pro Plan, you could also ask questions about it here as well. All right, cool. So, good luck, guys. I hope you guys can build some really cool stuff through the website. Please let me know what you'd want to build. Actually, for those of you that are on YouTube or anyone watching this as a recording, make sure that you put in the comments what you would like to build next time, because next week, what we're going to start doing, where we've been hosting these workshops every Wednesday for quite a number of years now. But next week, we're going to start with a brand new format where we're going to be live trading using AI, right? So if you guys want a trading strategy to try out, we can actually build your trading strategy live and actually trade it live, see how it works, see what the back tests come back as, and we could actually do that for you. So if you guys have any trading strategies that you have in mind, feel free to type that in, put into the comments, let me know. And next week, we could actually do your trading strategies live and see how they trade, see how they back test, and build that out for you. All right. Very cool. It's been a pleasure, guys. Oh, wait, one more here. Sean says, took Rob's course before AI was out, and I did the trading course with Python 5K. Rob is awesome. Thank you very much, Sean. Appreciate that. Even to this day, he is just one message away and always helps. I would definitely do it again. Great value. Thank you very much, Sean. I appreciate that. That's a very nice comment. Thank you. Appreciate that. I don't know if you've tried our new stuff yet, Sean. You should definitely check out BotSpot. It's really, really cool. BotSpot can enable you to do some pretty crazy stuff with AI. So if you haven't done anything with BotSpot yet, I suggest you check that out. All right. Very cool. All right, guys. Well, it's been a pleasure. I see that we had some people join a little bit late. If you guys want to get a recording of this, check us out on YouTube. Right? We'll have the recording of this up very shortly up on YouTube. It does go automatically. All you gotta do is go to YouTube, search for Lumi Wealth. You can find us there. And here is the live recording. So if you joined late, check us out. You could actually watch from the very beginning and see exactly how this whole thing went about. All right. Very cool. Love it. Thanks, Sean, as well. I hope you have a good night, and I hope the rest of you guys have a great night. It's been a pleasure. Let me know what you guys discover through BotSpot. Let me know if you guys have built some really cool algorithms, anything that's really making you any kind of significant money, or if you want to have anything built live next week. Like I said, next week we're going to be live trading using AI. So if there's any kind of trading strategies you want to try out, let me know. Put it in the comments, and we'll try that out next week. All right. Awesome, guys. Hope you have a great night. It's been a pleasure.